Warning, this podcast contains spoilers for The Flash.
None for Arrow.
None for Arrow.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for I almost said The Flash. For Arrow, Season 4, Episode 8, Legends of Yesterday. I am your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
I'm not here until tomorrow.
I mean, yeah. Well, you were already here, but since Barry went back in time, you're gonna be here again tomorrow.
Yes. I wish Barry brought back some mail so then he could yesterday mail it to us. Yesterday mail is tomorrow's mail today.
When it absolutely has to be there yesterday.
Yeah, it's tomorrow's mail today.
Yeah. So is this an Arrow episode?
No.
It felt like a Flash episode.
And the last Flash episode felt like an Arrow episode, except it didn't have flashbacks. This one did have flashbacks.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the flashbacks.
It was Hawk Girl's flashbacks.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll give it that.
So it still had.
It didn't feel like flashbacks. Format. It felt like vibes.
Kind of, but
yeah.
No, it was more her reawakening and all that.
You're right. You're right. It still had flashbacks. I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what the writers have done is a brilliant little piece of marketing here. Because anyone who doesn't watch The Flash is going to be like, these guys are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. This is definitely the best crossover that they've had yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the two parts definitely. I like them better as a whole than I do them apart.
Yeah, they weren't really worried about spoiling the other show's plots, and I like that. It makes it difficult to watch if you're not following both shows at the same time.
Yeah, because they just throw like a stream of names and what's just happened, just like in their normal conversation. And if you didn't see the episode before, you'd have to be like, what?
Yeah.
And take an extra second.
Yeah, so if you're only a Flash fan and you came over to watch, this episode of Arrow, they spoiled a lot of like big kind of, things that went on, so they were not worried about that at all. And me, if I was producing a crossover, that would be my biggest concern, because I hate spoiling things for people. Mm-hmm. But then you got to look at it too of the fan base and make it enjoyable for the people that are following along. So it's kind of a tough line to walk.
Mm-hmm. Most certainly.
Me being a fan of both shows and watching them up to date currently, like, I really, really enjoyed this. And I don't know if I enjoyed it more because the last time a crossover happened, I wasn't caught up on Arrow, but I watched the Arrow episode anyway, and, so I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, did you enjoy this one more than the last crossover?
The last set of crossovers? Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Obviously, because there's more. There's Hawk people.
Yeah.
Hawk Girl and Hawk Douche.
I still don't know how I feel about them. I'm just empty towards them right now.
I like them. Well, I like her. Artist still has a lot of work to do. Bring his ego down a lot.
I could relate to him.
Because can you now?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, clearly he was obviously trying to train her the way they've trained in past lives.
Right.
And that's fine. But, what Ollie said was right. Last time, they didn't have them. They didn't have this team now. And the same old thing of, this is private, ain't gonna cut it anymore. This is a group effort.
Yeah. I mean, and we just got through talking on the Flash episode how much, Ollie's matured and stuff. And then this episode, it didn't seem like he had any maturity until time travel.
I mean, I think he did. He just was reverting to lying
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, that is a weird situation, though. It really is, because I don't know how I would handle that in his situation. Because I don't necessarily think that what he did was lying. What he did the second time around was definitely lying.
Yes.
The first time around, it literally like just got dropped on him. He went, figured it out. Yes, he had the DNA test, but he wanted to go there himself in person, have the talk. Like that stuff he should figure out. It's not necessarily stuff he should have to share with Felicity the minute he finds out. You know, and it was. I get where Felicity's coming from. I do. But at the same time, give him at least like a day to come to you or something. Like, let him clear his head. Don't jump down his throat the minute the information is out there.
But I get that. And if Ollie didn't say anything to her, that would have been one thing. He lied. He said, "Oh, I was looking into something about Dark." It's like clearly that's not what he was doing.
Yeah.
That was a lie.
Yeah.
That was what Felicity was mad at, not the fact that he didn't tell her yet.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I think she said it too. She's like, "I could have forgiven you not telling me, but you lied to my face about it."
Yeah.
And
I
now
guess.
it's going to be so much worse. Because he's now actively keeping it from her.
Right.
Going to be secretly having little father-son visits. It's not gonna go well at all when that comes to light.
I don't see a good way to handle that at all, though. You know? I don't know.
Don't lie.
He didn't lie yet, though. He did in the past, not in present.
But he did when she was like, when she said at the end, what's the thing you want to talk to me about? And he
said it doesn't matter anymore. That's there. I'm here. That's all he said.
It's not going to go well. Because
I didn't say it was going to go well, but he still hasn't lied.
He's going to be keeping this from her for God knows how long.
Right, but it's also he made a promise to somebody to not say anything to anyone. What do you do in that situation? Like it's real. It's not a fine line of yes and no. It's a very gray area.
I know, but how Felicity is going to see this, how I also see this, and I'm not saying that I blame Ollie. I definitely don't.
I'm in agreement with you too, but I'm like I don't think it's a clear answer. That's the problem.
No.
Like I don't see how to handle it.
Have told Felicity anyway. I think. Been like, hey, I'm not supposed to tell anyone, but BT Dubs. Yeah, keep it on the DL.
But then we've seen Felicity in the past, go and do stuff where she shouldn't have, and you run into that situation where now that's jeopardizing Ollie the chance to see his kid again. If he tells Felicity, she does or says something, it gets out. The mother's not going to let Ollie see the kid ever again.
Yeah, but keeping it from Felicity, he's going to lose her.
That's fine. We don't want them together anyway.
Yeah. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't want to see either of them hurt because Ollie's grown. I'm like on Ollie's side now, but him doing the bad things is gonna.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And it's not that I necessarily wanted them together in the first place, but now that they are, and like this is not something in their relationship that's going to destroy their relationship. This is Ollie doing something that's going to destroy their relationship.
Mm.
Like I see that as two different things.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've explained that well.
No, you did. It's just like I said. I just don't see a good way around it. Either way, either way, it's bad news.
There isn't bad news bears. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I as soon as she finds out, it's over. That's it. They're done. They've been down that road before.
Yeah.
So yeah. Time travel.
I'm so happy they brought it into Arrow. You have no idea.
As it was happening, I'm like, is this an Arrow episode? Are you sure? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know. When Barry was just running and he looked over and I was just like, oh, no, you're gonna do this? And I was like,
He comes
please,
to Cisco, and
please.
Cisco's like, "Why are you telling me the first rule of time travel?"
Yeah, I was disappointed we didn't get a vibe from Cisco about it at all.
Yeah.
You know, that was the big
Yeah,
thing.
because I was like, "Oh no, Cisco's gonna have another I died vibe," and I'm not gonna be okay with that.
And then I felt like the way that Barry was talking to Ollie afterwards, so after they all die, Barry witnesses everybody die. He was standing there for the fight between Felicity and Ollie. Like he overheard almost the entire fight.
Yeah.
And then when he sits there and starts talking to Barry, Barry, are you gonna have me do this? Well, you and Felicity get into a fight over it, and you are a father. And he just goes in and starts rambling everything that got him distracted in the first place. And I was just like, what the hell are you doing? Just tell him you'll do the test and not have the results ready for him
Well,
until after the battle.
the kid was not what had Ollie distracted. The fight with Felicity.
No, I know,
The
I
fact that
understand
their
that.
relationship was probably over. That was what distracted Ollie.
No, I know, I understand that, but I'm just
Avoiding
like
that.
from Barry. Barry doesn't know that. Barry doesn't know what is in Ollie's head conflicted. It's a combination of the fight with Felicity and the baby. So, or the baby, the the son. So it's just like just delay the results until after the battle, and that solves everything. So, I don't know.
No, nothing's happening. What are you talking about?
What? I wasn't talking about anything.
I didn't do anything.
Okay.
But yeah, I think honestly, the only reason Barry did all of that was because Ollie works better with knowledge.
He does. Yeah.
And what was I gonna say about? Oh, and because Ollie was really the only one he told. Someone besides Cisco, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So to kind of make sure things actually changed, like he had to confide really well in one person.
Right.
And
But
Ollie's
didn't he
the
tell
other.
Cisco before he traveled?
Yes, that's true. So Cisco actually didn't know.
Yeah. So
You're right.
So Ollie's the only one that knew about it
Ollie was the only one who knew.
in present day timeline.
Yes, not the we're all dead timeline.
Yes.
But as soon as like everyone started dying, I was like, oh, now he's gonna time travel. But I think because Cisco goes like, oh, you shouldn't time travel because we've seen how that happens. How that goes. It doesn't go well.
Right.
But things go really bad, and that's why Barry time travels in the first place. Like, Barry doesn't just time travel. Barry time travels because shit hit the fan.
I don't know if he was necessarily controlling the time travel though. I don't think he's got that down yet.
No, but I think he knew he had to run as fast as he could, and it might happen.
Yeah.
He kind of
Well,
saw it happen.
yeah, he saw it happen. He knew it was coming, but I don't think it was in his plan to be like, okay, I need to time travel right now. Like, I think it just happened that way.
Yeah, I think he had to outrun the blast, and it happened. Just like he outran the.
See, this is when he should have injected the chemical that they just introduced last episode on Flash.
Velocity 6.
Yeah. Like they should have introduced that, had him outrun the blast that way, and triggered the time travel.
But he didn't need to.
No, but it would have tied the episodes together a little better.
I think Hawkman and Hawkgirl tie
I
the
guess.
episodes together. I mean, they are the stream running through this. Them and Vandal.
Yeah. I would have liked to see more threads. That's all. Like, when's the next time we're gonna see this drug in effect? On that we were introduced yesterday on the Flash, and that comes. If they don't do it in the next episode of the Flash, which is the winter break, we're not gonna see that chemical again until after the winter break, and I'm gonna completely forget about it.
Well, I think that's probably what's going to happen because at this point, I don't think Wells is completely comfortable pushing it on Barry.
Yeah.
Caitlin's definitely not comfortable. And I think it's going to take another big thing for Wells to be like, this is our only chance. You have to do this. You know?
Or, be Caitlyn's idea again.
Maybe, yeah. Caitlyn's had some bad ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in all of these shows have had bad ideas.
Ollie has never had a bad idea, ever.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't even keep a straight face.
I know. So Egypt. Got a lot of ancient Egypt.
We did. That was weird having those flashbacks instead of the island flashbacks.
It felt it I don't know what it felt like.
It was cool. I like to see it, and especially finding out that Carter has never had the original Lifetime flashback, and what's her name?
Kendra.
Kendra. This is the first time
presumably.
The first time she's ever had it, and it's definitely because of the talk Cisco had with her.
Yeah, and we got to look at it like we have to look at how what Carter's relationship to his past is.
Mm-hmm.
He's very much like, we've done
aggressive.
This is but also this is a tried cycle. Like, we're gonna do this. We just have to keep doing it. He's not thinking about himself or who he was or who he is.
Right.
Where Kendra is now thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about who she really is and who she's been. And that, tapping into that, gave her their original life.
Right.
Which was very lackluster, I have to say, because it's just like, stab, meteors. It's like, you didn't even try. Neither of you tried at all. You just got stabbed. Like, where's the warrior part of that priestess?
You grabbed the stabbing. Knife. She stabbed him once. That's the warrior part.
She stabbed him in the shoulder. Come on.
That's clearly his weak point. Everybody's got a weak point. He had some really bad shoulder pain. He's been nursing that.
It didn't stop him from stabbing her in the back.
He's been favoring the other shoulder, so she knew he had a weakness there. It did nothing. He didn't even go ow.
No. He did go ow, but he just came right back and stabbed her.
Yeah.
So the meteors. Mm-hmm. The meteors are what gave Vandal his immortality, his magic, and presumably what gave Carter and Kendra their reincarnatedness and beingness.
I don't know if it was necessarily that they gave them, because they prayed to one of their gods. She did anyway, just as she was taking her last breath. And when she was doing that, the two staves, the staff and the dagger, started glowing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it was necessarily the meteor or if it was the gods.
What if they're the same thing?
The meteor are the gods?
Or the meteor storm is what brings the gods. I'm going to put that in quotes because I think it's aliens. Because if anyone's familiar with Hawkman and Hawkgirl in the comics, they are actually Thanagarians, which are bird people from outer space.
So are we bringing in Giorgio Sakalis?
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was definitely aliens.
Yeah, Giorgio Sakalis. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
I don't know.
From the Ancient Aliens.
But it seems like their backstory is going to be a little different than the comics, because they actually were these Egyptian people.
Right.
But how it was in the comics is they were aliens. They came to Earth, ruled like kings in Egypt, got killed, then the whole cycle starts.
Right.
But they're aliens. So yeah, that. I wonder how they're gonna handle. I think aliens are involved. Because the meteorite is even Cisco makes a thing for Kendra with that meteorite. The meteorite stones are in the the meteorite stones are in the artifacts. Probably both the dagger and the staff. I would hazard a guess it's in the staff of Ra too.
Right.
Not just the staff of Horus. So, I bet that's like an alien rock metal thing. Magic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious
Maybe
how.
that could be. It could be a way to tie Supergirl into it because that's the show dealing with aliens.
Yeah, that is true.
That won't be for a while.
Yeah, Supergirl. We're not even 100% sure they're tying it in yet. That was just the big rumor going around when the whole Jessica Jones freak out when everybody's like, "Oh my God, Jessica Jones is better than Supergirl. You should cancel Supergirl." And then everybody's like, "Well, if Supergirl gets renewed for the back 8 episodes, then they're gonna do a Flash crossover." So Supergirl has been renewed for like 6 episodes, so bringing it up to 20. So we didn't get the 22, so we're not at the back 8, we're at the back 6. But there has been no word, either positive or negative, regarding the rumors. So the fact that they haven't said anything is leaning me toward the direction that it is happening.
Yeah, because they would have shut it down if it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, aliens. That's what I think. Anyway, just because of the history I know of Hawkman and Hawkwoman, Hawkgirl, whatever. So yeah. Malcolm.
That son of a bitch.
Douche as always.
Son of a bitch. What the hell? Alright, so what exactly happened in that last scene?
He takes the ashes of Vandal Savage, presumably to throw him in another Lazarus pit. I bet you he has another fucking pit somewhere. And he knows the location of another pit. I fucking guarantee it. Or maybe he hopes that, maybe he hopes that Vandal's ashes can revitalize his pit that Nyssa poisoned.
That's possible, but he said something along the lines of, "You're gonna owe me."
Yeah.
So that's presuming he's gonna do something to bring Vandal back.
Well,
whether it's to reincarnate him, whether it's, throw the ashes in the pit to recreate him.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.
Because I see more of it being a reincarnate kind of thing. I don't see it bringing him back in the present day timeline, because the whole point of the upcoming Legends of Tomorrow is to stop Vandal Savage. We know this. Vandal Savage is the main villain. However, they're going to be time traveling to do so. So they're not going to stop him in the past quite yet. So what they're going to do is they're going to have to go to the future to stop him. So if the future is going to stop him, that means that he's reincarnated to a point, before our timeline. Or after our timeline, I should say. So
Maybe. I think that's tricky territory, though.
it is, but like, how else? Like, in the future, Vandal Savage does this. We have to go stop him. Like, that's why Rip Hunter's coming down. They're gonna be time traveling to stop him. They're not.
No, I know but time travel goes both ways.
It does, but why would you go in the past to stop him?
If he can travel through time as well. If Vandal can travel through time as well.
I guess. I don't know. It's just the way that they in the trailer. In the trailer that we were watching, we're seeing like them fighting soldiers flying around on like jetpacks and shit. That seemed like the future to me. It didn't seem like, it didn't seem like the past. Whatever place they were in, it was like full armored, like soldiers, people. Like, that doesn't look like anything that would be in the past.
Okay.
That's just my assumption, is they're going to stop Vandal in the future. So.
Well, I saw it the time wheel, like the numbers, it's flipped to like 1970 something. So I don't think it's
it goes all over. I'm saying the start of the show, the first time they go, I think is just going to be into the future.
Well, and actually, wait, 70 something, that's when they said they brought the only picture they have of Vandal was from the 70s.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe they go back to that time.
I just don't see the point in stopping him in the past, because I mean, yeah, it's going to happen at some point. But stopping him at the past to prevent something from the future when he's already dead just doesn't make sense to me. So having him reincarnate, stopping him in the future, and then having him travel to the past, that makes more sense to me.
If he reincarnates and in the future does terrible stuff, maybe they're going back to the 70s to try to stop him there before he gets reincarnated in the first place.
I don't know. I think he's just on an endless cycle, like the
all of
Hawk
them at
people.
once, I suppose.
Yeah.
I
think they're gonna go into the future first, then jump back into the past. That's I don't know. That's just the feeling I have.
Now that I'm thinking about it, having Rip around is going to be good for Barry. Because Barry can say, "Hey, I time traveled a couple times, and like, what really is the consequences? Because you're going to do stuff in time, and maybe you could tell me how to not fuck up my own life."
He's like a timekeeper, isn't he?
He's like a time police, right?
Yeah.
Time cowboy, space cowboy. I don't know.
So he's had a lot of experience with changing stuff, and if
is that thing still you still at the?
Yeah, he's there.
I just noticed that it was still there.
He's still there. He's gonna stay there.
Okay.
We like him.
I'm telling you, it's aliens.
I'm not saying it was aliens, but
they are aliens.
Yeah.
Thanagarians, I think. Thanagarians, something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. The future just seems to be a good place to start for that. Mm-hmm. It seems to, like, for my personal interests. So, I know that's not everybody, but the future is always more enticing than the past. So to hook people in, I feel like the first adventure would be to the future, and then they can start going all over the place after that.
Yeah, so Malcolm's just peachy this episode. Mm-hmm. And at the end of that, and at the end of this episode, I was just like, God, why didn't Nyssa kill you sooner? So you can go back to being on Doctor Who. Just so upset.
I'm curious now if he is going to reincarnate, because like the Hawk peoples, they reincarnate every time. Does that mean he does without the help? Like if Malcolm doesn't do anything with that, like would he just reincarnate on his own?
It doesn't look like it. And
then with him dead, does that mean when the Hawk people die that they're not going to reincarnate again?
I don't know. Wait, that's a good point because the and this is something that I was talking to my dad about. But the staff disappeared too.
Yeah.
So there's a sort of reincarnation reset button where like all the artifacts scatter. Or at least the artifacts connected to the person scatter. So, because I was thinking, and I didn't say this on the podcast last week, but I was thinking, and I was like, why, if the staff of Horus was so important to Vandal, why did he not have it? It was in some podunk church.
Yeah.
Why didn't he know it was there? Probably because every life cycle of the Hawks, when he kills them, it vanishes. It goes somewhere in the world.
Yep. Now, did the dagger do the same?
I would guess so, because they don't have the dagger, do they?
I thought he had the dagger. I thought that, remember he had one knife that was always on him?
He had like 1,000 knives.
Well, those are the ones in the coat. I thought he had one on his belt, if I remembered correctly.
Okay, maybe it is.
Could be wrong on
but he
that.
disintegrated, so
yeah.
Maybe that. I didn't see what happened to the dagger then.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, I guess if it did, then it probably scattered as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna assume all the artifacts scatter. He's gonna scatter, and then
except for their costumes.
Does that make them? Because that brought the question at the end of the episode. Does that make them the Immortals now? Because every time that they reincarnate to go into another life, it's because Vandal killed them.
Yeah.
Right. So now, if Vandal's not around to kill them, do they die? I don't think they die.
I don't think so either. I think it might be a flip-flop. If Vandal kills them, then they get reincarnated. But if they kill Vandal, then he gets reincarnated.
So do they get stronger every time they kill Vandal?
Maybe.
They have 256 times to catch up.
Yeah. Unless that is a reset button for that too, since they killed him.
That could be true.
Win streak.
That could be true.
I don't know. I have a feeling, especially since Kendra's tapping into who she is and she's getting more important memories than Carter, I think that she's going to find some of these answers.
Yeah.
But she leaves with him.
Not before
I
kissing.
just want Cisco
Not before
to be
kissing
happy.
Cisco goodbye. Poor
What?
Cisco.
Poor Cisco. I just want him to be happy.
But he made that nifty piece of jewelry for her.
He did. It is very pretty.
That will come in handy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if your man makes you that nice of a piece of jewelry, you know.
Yeah. Whose farm did they go to?
Wait. Oh, they said it in the beginning. Uh, is it like a family member of Ollie's, or was it a family member of Diggle's, or Laura? I don't remember. Somebody's relation.
I thought it was Felicity. I could be completely
Oh,
wrong.
it could be.
I don't even know anymore.
Could be.
It'd be better if it was like Ray's farmhouse.
Yeah, really. I just love they made an Avengers joke.
I didn't even catch that until
A bunch of heroes in a farmhouse. I feel like I've seen this before in a movie.
yeah. I didn't catch that until the second time I watched it.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
So I did watch this episode. I watched this episode a time and a half because I watched it halfway through. I had some stuff come up, had to go back, finish it, and then I had to run out again. So I watched it from start to finish again because I was like, oh my god, this was so good. I just want to watch it again. I didn't need an excuse. So yeah.
I really liked the team dynamics in this episode because they were like sectioned off, like they each like little bit of the team, like they had the Geek Squad and then Barry and Ollie and then
I loved when Speedy,
yeah,
what's her name?
Thea.
It's gonna take me a minute to catch up on the names since I haven't been spitting them out, every week. So it'll take me a little bit to get the names down. I know the character, obviously. Thea, when she goes, yeah, the only thing I understood out of that was the Indiana Jones reference. I was like, that's a Cisco line.
Not alien, but they were just talking about the meteor in ancient Egypt, and Lucy's just like, I know stuff. What?
I was like, that's a Cisco line, except for the fact that Cisco knows all the mumbo jumbo, so it really only worked for Thea,
I know, and it's so weird because usually the one with those lines is Diggle because he's the real guy, the one who's like, what magic, what? But I forget the kind of I mean, even though Thea trained with she didn't train with the League of Assassins, but she did all that crazy training.
Yeah.
She still like isn't the science person, so it makes sense that she would also, like Diggle, have those kinds of lines.
Yeah. Where the hell is Sarah through all this?
She left. Remember we were talking about last episode? How she had a very small part in it, but it was significant. She was like, I can't deal with it like you do, Thea. I have to leave. So she left on a vision quest or something. I don't know.
I really wanted her in this episode. I don't...
I know. It's all right. I know next time we'll see her, she's gonna be one step closer to White Canary.
Yeah, it's just my headcanon. Like, I know she's coming up in what's gonna be 2 more episodes for us because it's going to be Arrow. We have 1 more episode of Arrow after this. And then in January, the end of January, we have Legends of Tomorrow. Like, then we're gonna see her then. So, like... Yeah. I mean, we don't know if she's going to start off in the first episode.
I think she is. I think all the people we know are going to be in it.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be like a recruiting process. They might get some people down the line. I don't know.
Maybe. I would like to see that, especially if I don't know, maybe they recruit, I don't know, someone else.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, maybe Katana or
John Constantine.
Yeah, well, they were already saying that it doesn't look like we're going to get him until season 2 of Legends. But who else have we seen that have kind of gone off the map?
Heat
I was
wave.
gonna say Boomerang, but he is definitely a bad guy.
Heat wave.
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting heat wave.
Heat wave. Yes. Yes.
He kind of dropped off too. We haven't really seen him.
Well, the last episode that the Snarts were in, Lisa said he drove off with all the money
Right.
from that heist. So that's the last we saw. He's probably like spending it on booze and hookers. I bet.
By the
Like,
way, the
blowing up casinos.
Ollie's son, what's his name?
I don't know.
Okay. Ollie's son has a Captain Cold action figure?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He's the bad guy. Flash has to fight somebody.
So what are they just going around making action figures of metahumans? Like,
Yeah.
isn't there
Bet.
like how would that work exactly? Because
I want in Legends of Tomorrow somebody to bring Cold his little action figure.
oh my god,
You goody cutie pie.
that would be great. No, but
I
it's
want
just
that-
like
want that to
I don't know
happen.
exactly how that works, because if you're thinking of it in the real world, let's say we had like people running around, can you just make action figures out of people? Because isn't there like the whole likenesses thing and all that? Like, you can't just go around doing
Right.
that.
But if you do it of their aliases, like the Flash, no, there's no claim to the Flash. Like unless Barry's gonna be like, "Hey, I am the Flash," There's no claim to that.
Yeah.
I don't know about Cold, because I mean he had the sunglasses on.
don't
Those
even
are
know-
actually the toys that those are actually the toys that they sell.
Okay, I was gonna say, we don't know for sure that was actually a Captain Cold action figure, or if the kid was just referring to like his GI Joe as Captain Cold.
No, those are the toys that they sell.
Gotcha.
For the Flash TV
I
show.
didn't even know they made toys for the TV show. I might have to go pick some up.
I did. I'm waiting
Well,
for
I don't
them to
want
make-
I don't want
Are
the
you listening?
Funko Pop ones.
Are you listening,
I
Funko
want-
Pop? You need to make a Cisco, or I'm gonna cry.
Does he have to have a pink flower tiara on his head?
Cisco? No, I'm gonna put that on myself.
Okay.
I keep saying that I'm gonna accessorize like my pop vinyls, and I never do it. One day. Keep saying I'll make them all little Santa hats. For Christmas.
Yep.
Off topic. What else have we talked about yet? We talked about the Hawks, Ollie Felicity. I think we talked about everything.
Really, really funny. I just got a text message from my ex-girlfriend as we're texting right now, because I actually keep in good contact with her. We're really good friends. And she goes, "OMG, why do I have to wait until January for more Flash and Arrow?" Like, she doesn't realize there's one more episode each. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
Because this felt like it felt like a closing of a chapter.
it did.
So yeah, this is really good episodes. Oh, next week. So is somewhere. Next week is somewhere here.
Is it? I don't believe you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the episode's called Dark Waters. If I get the synopsis,
Uh-oh.
then the wiki will love.
That sounds like a Lazarus pit to me.
Love me, wiki.
That sounds
Love
like a
me!
Lazarus pit.
It definitely does. It definitely does. Oh, good lord. Listen, I love the wiki sometimes, and other times
Do you?
I'm not a fan.
Okay. Is this one of those times that you're not a fan?
This is one of those times I got the little pinwheels going. So yeah, I mean, it looked well. Okay, no, I didn't see the preview. I saw the preview for Flash. You want to talk about Flash?
No. Wrong show.
Wrong podcast. I know, wrong podcast.
Do they make action figures for Arrow for the TV show?
Yeah. Yeah.
How have I not known about this?
They make Arrow Pop Funks. Funko Pops.
I don't
too.
want the Funko Pops.
I know, but I
hate
do.
those things.
Listen, I love them. Listen, they have a Diggle dressed up in the Arrow costume,
Yeah.
and I wanted it, but it was like $50 because apparently it's rare.
It's probably at like a convention only kind of thing.
No, I just think they didn't make as many as they did of Ollie.
Yeah.
And you know what I hate and love? There are like 3 different Barrys, and there's no Cisco. Makes me sad.
Is there a Caitlyn?
It's good. Probably not. It's a good question. I think it's just
So let's.
the Barrys, Captain Cold, Zoom, Someone else.
Joe?
I don't know. Maybe.
Iris?
I can't remember. I just remember being very angry that there was no Cisco. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you for working. After Dark Waters, after the city is attacked again, Oliver makes a bold move against Hive. Malcolm checks in on Thea and leaves her with a warning. God damn it, Malcolm, leave her alone. Things take a horrible turn when Damien Dark retaliates in a brutal manner at Oliver's mayoral holiday party. So, yeah, that's that.
No mention.
Tom, where can people find you?
No mention of any pits.
No mention of any pits, although it is called Dark Water, so I mean, we take that for what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You can find me down below, over here, at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. You can find me at Cliomoto on the socials. Cliomoto. And on Twitch at the Cliomoto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week. Bye. Or yesterday.
Tomorrow.
That will then be tomorrow. It's time travel.
Last week.
Yeah.
Next year?
Last year?
In 3 seconds from now.